Hi all, Chris here with some new finds that were given to me by a friend of mine in the Blue Mountains. So he was trying to free up some room. So yeah, these are some beautiful sets, so I'm gonna have fun working on them. And there are two sets in here that I've wanted for a very long time, so I'm really glad to have found them. So anyways, firstly, I've got I'd say this is around the mid 60s. It's a Pi 25A1 lowboy. I like the design, it looks very American to me. It needs a bit of a clean up and an appointment with a tin of Brasso, but it should look pretty good. Fortunately the speaker's missing in there. And I can't see any connection for it, so that'll be an interesting job. This one's surprisingly light. It's got a fine tuning knob there for the tuner model, some contact details, and this one is from memory. I had a look inside. This one's a tube hybrid chassis, though it mostly appears to be solid state, with two tubes in the chassis, two in the tuner from memory, and most of the other tubes in the EHT circuit, so that'll be an interesting set to get going. Hopefully none of the solid state components are bad. Next set is, I think they started making these in 1969. It's an AWA P4Z Telestar. So he's actually won a design award, and it's got an unusual feature. This acts as the on and off switch, so when you open it, turns it on. The speaker's also under that grill there, so this flap deflects the sound forward. It's got the tuner, fine tuning knob. It's got a little channel indicator on the front there. Sound, brightness, and deep image badge, of course. I think this is 17 inch, can't quite remember. Carry handle, luckily. The horizontal and vertical hold controls, contrast, and then some serviceman controls down there. So this, I was never a big fan of the design of these when I'd only seen pictures of them online, but now I actually have one. I really like it and it works perfectly. I spent most of last night using it, so yeah, I'm really pleased with it. The next set is, at a guess, I'd say mid 60s Thorn Atlas. Excuse me. The model number is, it's a 4708. Chipboard plastic, but I don't mind, it's in good shape, it just needs a clean. This is a hotel set. Fortunately this control doesn't really grip the pot, and the pot's seized up, so I'll take care of that. This might actually be one of the first sets I work on because I really like its unusual design. It's got safety glass panel here. L&M, I don't know what that stands for, but I guess I'd say it's a distributors or something. It didn't have legs. I only discovered this morning that it was a lowboy. So those are just from an old 70s coffee table footstool thing I had. So I'll leave those on because I like the looks of them. Next, a set I've wanted for quite a long time now. It's a mid-60s General Electric TF2 11-inch portable television. It's pretty dirty. but it appears to be intact. It's really nice. I've seen these with a blue cabinet and also a wood grain cabinet now, as well as this, which is similar to my AWA P2 and my Philips Modular 17. An adjustment for the horizontal hold here, vertical hold, vertical linearity and size. That's about it. Chassis serial number. So this one has no vertical hold, no vertical deflection. Sorry, and it makes seems to be suffering from some form of interference. So the next set underneath is early 70s AWA K1610. It's a really nice set. Once again, it needs a clean up. It uses an AWA 58 series chassis, which is based off a Thorn 1500, so useful bit of information there. Metal cabinet, I quite like that. The legs aren't original, those are from my HMV Trent. I just borrowed them for the purpose of this video. So I'll have a look around the op shop, see if I can find another one of those tacky 70s chipboard coffee tables or footstools to grab some legs from, because they're pretty much universal, that style of pencil leg. There's the rear of the set. It's made out of this cardboardy stuff. Made in Australia. It's not a badge you see very often nowadays. This is a tube hybrid chassis. I forgot to flip around this one. Here's the back of a Thorn Atlas. It's got pots in there for all the different controls. So, I guess for easy access from a hotel maintenance or for local servicemen. There's a little tag there, I'm guessing that's something to do with its use as a hotel set. A little bit of damage, but that's no problem. So that's a nice tube chassis. I quite like the design. So this might, as I think I said before, this might be one of the first sets I restore. Next, an AWA P1 from the mid-60s. 11-inch. It's really dirty, has a crack up there unfortunately, and missing antenna. Handle's been bent, I don't know how, but it should look good when cleaned up. This is also loose. So this is an earlier version with a rounded CRT. Actually, I'll just grab my other one. So you can see the two different styles. The later ones used, I think it was an AK11X2 CRT, which has a almost flat faceplate. The early ones using an 11 TP or KP4 CRT, which is much rounder. So yeah, it's an interesting little comparison there. This one will look nice when it's cleaned up and when I've super glued that back. So this is a model P1Y, whereas this one's a P1Q from memory. Interesting 2-core flex mains lead, yet a 3-pin grounded plug top, so not sure about that. Next is a set another set I've wanted for a long time. So I was really happy to get this. It's a 1961 Admiral, model number unknown unfortunately. One of the last models Admiral made in Australia, and one of only 2 models I've seen, the other being a I think it was a 56 or 57 set, an Admiral 300 or something, with the tuner and controls on top. So this is a Son-R. I don't know what that means, but I think that's possibly for an ultrasonic remote or something. Nice 60s design. I like this design with 2 knobs. So you've got fine tune, vertical hold, audio tone, power and volume, contrast, and I dare say that'll be, brightness. And there's a little lighted display when it's turned on. Beautiful deep red cabinet. I'll have to refinish that unfortunately because it's really badly cracked and damaged. This set weighs an absolute ton. There's the remains of a circuit diagram which would have had the model number. Like with chassis, it's very American in design. With separate little circuits on PCBs mounted to a metal chassis for whatever reason. Ducon wax caps. It's a Thomas 23 HP 4 tube. Tuner up there, controls, speaker down there. This design style is called a consolette because, like a console, it has a speaker grill below with a little grill cloth, but it's on legs. So. Yeah, I really like the design of this. So 23rd of June 1961, says on the yoke. Yeah, smells like dead skunk in here. And don't ask me how I know. EHT cage with what looks like a 1B3 GT rectifier. Thankfully this one doesn't need any screws, it just clips on like an old Weet-Bix tin. There's a variety of nice little tubes. So next part of this set for me will be drawing up a 2-player diagram, since that one's mostly missing, and I'll make a new back for it out of whatever I can find, pretty much. So yeah. So there we are, there's my finds. So I'm going to look forward to digging into these. Might make a start on the Thorn Atlas this afternoon. So I've tested this one. It kind of works. The audio pod's really scratchy. I can hear the EHT whine come up. I can hear the flyback transformer and all of that kicking. But there's no raster, so I'll check that it's actually getting EHT, because on some of these sets there's a resistor on the line between the 1B3 GT and the CRT anode that goes open circuit and pretty much blocks the EHT from getting to the tube. Sorry, not the cap, it's down there under the base. Yeah, I'll check that. A couple of transformers down the back there. Another one in there. Big ass cap down there. So, yeah, this will be an interesting one. Then I'll have to fit some sort of terminal for an antenna on the back of this thing. Just use a couple of screws, I guess. So yeah, there it is. So my finds from yesterday, from a 12-hour trip down the central coast. So cheers, Chris.